In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Dr. Frost courses that your teacher may have assigned you. So if your teacher has assigned you a course, then it's going to appear in the What to Work On Next area under your courses. So I have a Year 8 Revision Assessment 1 course. So click on the course and then you get to see the content inside that course. Now the idea is that these different skills are going to be listed in the order that you're learning them, or they're going to be listed according to the exam specification that you're following. It kind of depends on the course that your teacher has set you. But for me now, this is a revision course, and so I can go into any of these because I know they're all going to be on my upcoming test. Now, from this page, you can see the progress bar that's showing you how you're currently getting on with each of those skills. So this Expressions and Formulae 1, I'm nearly kind of halfway through mastering the particular skills that appear in this part of the course. So let's go through and see what this looks like. So for example, expand a single bracket. I've got this recent accuracy percentage here, which helps me just know which particular skills I could be practicing and which ones I probably shouldn't be practicing because my recent accuracy on Dr. Frost is 100%. So I'm going to select this one because I've only got 50% on it. And then if I scroll down, I could probably do with practicing these ones as well. Now, you can select key skills or exam skills from any of these particular skills up at the top, and you can go onto the left-hand side and choose more skills to practice before you use the big blue Start at Practice button down at the bottom. So I'm going to press practice, and now you've got a few different ways that you may want the system to give you these questions. So you can change the number of questions that you want. So maybe I want to practice 20 questions, and I can leave it with the default, which is to do differentiation. So this means that the system's going to start off giving you the easier questions, but as you're successful with them, it's going to give you the harder questions that you've selected. So if you go for differentiation, chances are you'll spend more time with these 20 questions practicing the harder key skills that you've selected. If it's for revision purposes and maybe you want to make sure that you're having an even practice across all the skills that you've selected, then you could choose the interleaving option or the neither option. Interleaving just means that the key skills are going to get mixed up, and neither means that you're going to focus on one key skill at a time until you've been successful with it. The other one that you can use is the accuracy required to finish option, and this allows you to decide when you finish the homework. So you could say, right, I only need to get 2 out of 3 questions correct on each of those key skills before I feel like I'm confident enough with them. Or you could set this really high and you can say, right, I want to have 10 out of 10 correct on each of those key skills before the system moves me on. And again, it's this drop down here that decides whether you want to have the key skills mixed up or coming one after the other. I'm going to say keep on going until I say, just so that we can see what the questions might look like. So now you can see that it just looks like any worksheet that your teacher might have set you. So you can go ahead and put in your answer. Submit your answer. And then you'll see up at the top left, you'll be told whether your mastery has increased, decreased, or stayed the same. And on the right-hand side, you'll be able to see the steps in the method and just make sure that you did fully understand exactly what you were meant to be doing. One of my favourite things about working through the courses is if you get it wrong, so if I just say this answer is 8, then you're always going to get supported with the working that you should have used to be able to be successful with the question. So I think this is a really nice time for you to be able to write down some information from this text here that's going to help you get it right next time. You've also got the watched worked example button up at the top, just like you would in a normal homework. So you could watch a couple of examples, always based on the particular key skill that you're looking at. Okay, so that is how to practice some key skills on Dr. Frost through the courses. Let's look now at how you could do the same but for exam questions. So hit the home button on the top left, back into the course. This time let's go into ratio and proportion. And now we're going to look at exam questions. So the exam questions are always going to be the top sub-skill, and you can spot them because they have the E marked there. So I could do some exam questions on simplifying ratios. Maybe I also want to take some exam questions on finding a quantity within a ratio. So same idea, this time press practice. And this time I just want to point out that you can change the difficulty level of these questions, and you can also choose your exam board. So the difficulty questions, you can actually put difficulty from 1 to 4. I just think it's worth knowing that difficulty 4 normally means that they come from a maths challenge paper instead of like an exam paper, as we maybe think about it. So difficulty 4 may be from a junior maths challenge or something like that. But you could say, right, I want to focus on the difficulty 2 and 3 questions. Make sure you get those slightly harder exam questions there. The author, if you click on exam questions only, this is where you'll get to see the different exam boards that we have on Dr. Frost. And then you can say, right, I want to make sure that I have the GCSE foundation questions from Edexcel, for example. So we can filter to selected, and then let's start a practice. Now, these questions are all going to come up. They are exam questions from Edexcel, and I can go ahead and practice these like so. This time, just notice that when you submit an answer, you will get the mark scheme given to you. So that can be really handy, particularly if you are using Dr. Frost to really focus on upcoming exams, to see where the method marks would have been rewarded and what answers were acceptable for the accuracy answer. Okay, the last thing that I'd like to show you in this little video is how you might want to practice some worksheets or some other different resources that your teacher has put inside of a course. So back into the course, this time let's go into the fractions one. And when I click on this operations with fractions, you'll see that the key skills are appearing a little bit lower down because there's two different things here that I can also engage with. So the first one is a worksheet. This is the worksheet icon, and I could practice a fraction of amounts worksheet that my teacher has put together for me. The second one is a PowerPoint. So I could click on this one here, and I could essentially open up a PowerPoint and do some learning on how to do all different sorts of things with fractions. I won't click on the PowerPoint, but if I just show you the fraction of an amount worksheet, essentially just click on that. Up will load the questions, so you can scroll down and you can see what kind of questions your teacher has put together for you. And then if you wanted to practice that worksheet, you've got the button up at the top right hand side to do so. And then again, it's going to feel just like any kind of homework that your teacher may have set you, and then you can engage with these questions here. Okay, I hope this has been helpful and it's helped you see the sorts of things that you can do with the courses on Dr. Frost. All the best using our platform to help you get confident and really, really proficient with your mathematics.